What's up, guys? So I just got home and I came inside to throw on this hoodie and put on my rain boots. It's raining outside, but I have to leave in an hour and I have to prepare the garden for this winter storm that's coming. It's supposed to be a high of 39 tomorrow and drop down to like 23 degrees, and it's definitely supposed to be icing or snow. So I have to get things watered and covered, like my ranunculus and I don't know, I have tulips that's blooming. I want to get that covered. When you have an expected frost coming, it is good to water your plants before the expected frost. And so I'm going to water them. I'm going to throw a layer of mulch on top of my onions, and I'm actually going to fertilize them too before I throw on the mulch. So the first thing I'm going to do is fertilize these onions with blood meal and then water it in, and then I'm going to put a layer of pine shavings that I have from the chicken's beddings on top. Okay, so I have my daughter watering the inside of there because they are going to be covered. Next thing I want to do is get this ground cover over this ranunculus bed and over those red onions that I transplant. My dog, he dug a lot of them up, but I still want to try to protect them. I already, underneath this tunnel, I already watered these plants, and I'm going to get them covered underneath here. I also have those containers so that these two experiment tomato plants and basil can have a double layer. Everything else should be fine. Today, I saw this strawberry has a leaf, which is so exciting. Or not a leaf, a flower. Over here, I do have some tulips that are starting to bloom, and I don't want them to die, so I am going to cover them with this tarp that I have right here. I'm hoping that's enough protection just to keep the frost off of them. The other night when it dropped down to 27, I did the same, and they were fine. My garlic and elephant garlic will be fine. I should cover these onions because I just transplanted them and my dog disturbed them, so they're still in shock. So I'm going to cover those. So I just took this other plastic container and covered the onions. I think that's going to be fine. I'm not trying to get them to like grow or anything, but just to keep them protected. And there. So I am going to get my son to cover our topsoil and compost with this tarp. It already started raining, just trying to keep it from getting too wet. Okay, I got all of that covered outside. Let me show you what I've been doing inside all day. Okay, I had my friend's daughter over today, and we planted so much things. So we planted, I think it was 18 different varieties of basil. There was licorice, Thai, Genovese, sweet, basil leaf lettuce, red velvet, the Mrs. Burns. Then we have the dark opal, the dwarf Greek, the lime, spicy globe, Thai, cinnamon, and then what is this? Some kind of queen basil. But we planted all of that, and then we also planted 64 tomato varieties. So I have all the tomato varieties we planted here, and I still have a bunch more tomatoes to plant. Let me show you. So I still have this bag of, well, I have some determinants here, and then I have this bag of cherries that I still need to plant. And then I have also, these are not cherries, but I didn't get to plant them today. This is maybe 5 more varieties. So altogether, I think I still have maybe 40, maybe more, no, probably like 60 more tomato varieties to start. But I'll do that another day. So I have 1 tray full of basil, I have 2 trays of tomato, and then down there, that's a 200 count tray. I have flowers. I don't remember which flowers I planted though. Right now I have them just sitting down here on the ground because they're not going to sprout overnight. But my husband is supposed to be, if you guys saw my grow room tour, you know that these shelves need to be adjusted. And when they do, I will have room to put these 4 more trays. So that's what he's going to do, work on this weekend. I was able to get 4 more shop lights, and I need 2 to go right there over my peppers, and then the other 2 will be covering these 4 trays. I've been really busy, but I'm so glad to have at least started my tomatoes planted. I did purposely do them and separate them into weeks. So this week would be week 10 that I'm planting my basils and some tomatoes, and then I do have some other tomatoes that I'm going to plant at 9 weeks and then 8 weeks. So I'm going to do them in 3 different sections, sowing successions. And then I have marigolds that I'm going to start at 8 weeks, and then maybe zinnias as well, and so on and so forth. These next few days, it's supposed to be either snow or ice or a combination, and so I'll be inside a lot. So I will actually take out the seeds that I have stratifying in my refrigerator, and I'll get those planted this weekend, hopefully, since I cannot be outside. I'm not going to be outside in 39-degree weather and ice, but I will probably get those planted indoors. I'll do indoor projects, and I'll bring you guys along with me. And then next week I'll probably be sowing some flowers outside, direct sowing, maybe larkspur and some other things. Maybe I'll even get like these bachelor buttons and my brassicas planted outside as well. But I'll definitely bring you guys along with me for that. For those of you that are interested, I will definitely do a separate video about when I'm planting my next round of tomatoes, about all like over 100 tomato varieties that I'm growing. If you're interested in that type of thing, I know I'm very interested in what people are growing, so I will make that a whole separate video of just tomato varieties I'm growing. Of course, that is overkill. No one needs to plant over 100 different varieties, but I am just trying them out, and I will know and take notes about which varieties do well for me and which I like better and what my kids like, and I'll go from there. I know this was a rush, and so thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time.